the most important opportunities we have as a team to make our team and our business and our department more effective is a longer monthly meeting. If you're in charge of facilitating, chairing, setting up one of those meetings for success, I've got some tips for how to do it much more effectively. The first thing is to start with clear objectives for what a monthly meeting is all about. When you bring your team together for a full day, if you're a leadership team, or maybe a half day a month, the purpose of that interaction is really to look for ways not to be working in the business. A monthly meeting is not the same as a weekly operational meeting where you're kind of rolling up your sleeves and working in the business. I've got lots of tips on how to do a great weekly meeting here. You can check that out. But a monthly meeting has a different purpose. You're going to pull out, zoom out a little bit. You're going to bring the car into the shop and put it up on jacks. And what you're looking for is ways to work on the business. I like to think of these monthly meetings as ways to improve the capability of the team, the capacity of the team, the resilience, and the agility. Those are four things that can really be a priority that in those weekly cadence of our crazy busy world, we tend to be, just solving problems, not actually understanding issues. We're not looking at anything systemic to make our team or our business more effective. That's why you want to have this monthly meeting. I actually refer to these meetings as business builders because it's the chance when we make our business stronger. So that being said, if that's the objective to increase the capability, capacity, resilience, or agility of our business, then what are some of the things that belong in a monthly business builder meeting? Well, certainly some kind of an introduction from you around the state of the business. It may be that you have some kind of KPIs or metrics you use to assess the health of the business. That's a great thing that you can start with. Then you want to have a roundtable, a time for folks to check in. But the roundtable question is very different than what it would be in a weekly operational meeting. The roundtable questions are really about what are the things you think you need to do to improve your business, strengthen your business, what's going on in your team with a longer time horizon. In general, the business builder time horizon should be pulled out to something like a year, 18 months of thinking about your business, whereas that weekly operational meeting can be sort of quarterly focused or even just what's happening today. So we want to pull that time horizon out much further in a business builder meeting. Then the kinds of things that are really appropriate, any one of your enabling functions, to have time to talk about talent, to have time to talk about your technology and how it's enabling, sales, marketing, all of those sorts of things. The chance to really do perhaps a quarterly review on talent, a quarterly review on how your go-to-market strategies are working. These bigger topics, if you're in an IT team, you might be talking about we're going to spend a couple of hours really deep on data security or privacy. You want in a monthly meeting, you want fewer topics that you get into much more deeply. So I'm going to say the average agenda item should be an hour or 2 hours long so that you've got time to really have some productive conflict around these issues, to look at them from very different perspectives. So using that time around some of the things that increase the capability or the capacity of your business, like go-to-market or talent or technology. The other thing you want to put in a business builder is this is the place to be monitoring and course correcting on any of your strategic projects. Those are things, hopefully, if you truly have a strategy, those are the things that you're doing to increase the capability, capacity, resilience, and agility of your business so they fit perfectly in a business builder. Maybe you have, 6 strategic projects and you're going to look at 2 of them each month on a rotating basis to get a deep dive. How's it going? Do you need any different resources? Do we need to change the plan a little? That's another really effective thing to put in a business builder. So spending an hour or 2 hours on a small number of topics is going to get you just more have that healthy tension, more really of an understanding of what's going on. So you want to structure your meeting with lots of time to go deep on a variety of topics. But like absolutely any meeting, I'm going to encourage you to save 10% of the meeting time to do an effective close. So if you're spending an 8-hour day in a meeting, you're going to want to keep 45 minutes of that to effectively close. And that's to say, what did we commit to? What are the action items out of this? What are we communicating? Often in a business builder monthly kind of meeting, there are some things you're ready to communicate and others that you're not. So being really explicit about, we're going to communicate this and you need to tell your team by such and such a date, or to say, we are not ready to go public with this. So please make sure, don't mention this to anyone on your team. A third thing you want to do is to evaluate the quality. And I have a meeting evaluation tool that I'll put in the description below. The tool allows you to say, did we put the right things on the agenda? And did we add the right value when we were talking about them? When you're going to invest a day or a half day in a meeting, you want to go to the effort to say, was it worth it? And finally, you might want to be talking about, are there any issues that we talked about or started to raise today that should be on our next monthly meeting agenda? Things that we want to put in our strategic meetings and consider as major changes or transformations that we need to be thinking about. So structuring a really effective monthly business builder meeting is certainly about opening with context. Second, getting a round table so everyone's starting to think about one another's teams more like a year out, that kind of time horizon. Having a small number of topics you're spending 1 to 2 hours per topic, and all focused on things to increase the capability, capacity, resilience, or agility of your business. And don't leave the room without a really effective meeting close. That's how you stick the landing and make sure that something is going to be different because you had the meeting. That's how to structure a really great monthly meeting. If you need to do the same for your weekly meeting, it should feel totally differently. Here's my tips on how to have a really great weekly operational meeting.